I'm getting ready to sell this truck. In fact, I've had it listed for quite a while. I listed it first at like 4,200. Had a couple of bites, but nobody's really interested. So now I've lowered it to 35, and I've got a ton of bites on it. And I got somebody coming to look at it in 2 hours. But unfortunately, I drove it down here so I could sell it here and not at my home address. Because if you sell a bunch of cars, you don't want a bunch of people knowing your home address. Unfortunately, I noticed a pretty significant leak coming from the trans cooler line down under here. You can see right there, there's a puddle. It's coming from this compression fitting that was used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop that compression fitting off and then bandage it with a fuel line. Not fuel line, but actually it might be fuel line, which is rated for like 200 psi's or something. I don't know what it's rated for, but should be good enough for the transmission for now. So we're going to take that off, we're going to chop that off and put the fuel line on and clamp it down. Well, a cut has been made. I'm going to have to find a bucket for this drainage. Well, it wasn't easy to film under here, but bingo. We did it. I ended up getting some help from a worker here at the warehouse too, which was awesome. Cinched up, and we are ready to go. All right, and I ended up selling that truck for $3,000 even, so about a profit of about $1,200 profit for that. And I put about 15 hours into it. So bought the truck for $1,000, put around $650 into it, sold it for $3,000. It was a pretty good deal all around. I probably could have sold it for more if I waited longer, but I couldn't help it. Cash in hand speaks a lot, so that's a good tip for you guys if you're buying a truck. Bring the cash in hand and the buyer might not be able to resist, or the seller rather. So since I've pretty much sold all my project cars and I don't have much to do except for the Dodge Dakota, which is currently, we're working on it, but we're having some difficulties with the electrical situation. I don't have much else to record for you, so I'm gonna record my lawn mowing day. So you guys are gonna see what I do, how I operate it. I don't work for myself, I work for a different company. That'll be a little different because most of the lawn mowing channels out there are showing how they work for themselves and build their own company, but I'll show you how I do it working for another company. I use my own truck, but I use their equipment and their clients. So just walk you through that. I think it'll be interesting. Let's go ahead and hit the road. All right, so this is the company I work for. It's Dovetail Landworks. First things first, let's go ahead and fire this beast up. Let the glow plugs go. Turn on the fuel pump. Let the horses run. There she goes. The first thing I gotta do every day is go to the yard, pick up the mowers, pick up the equipment. I live about 8 miles from the yard, so let's go ahead and hit the road. All right, we're on the way to the yard now. Another reason for this video is everybody wonders what I do with this green work truck because it's never in any of the videos, but actually this is one of the trucks that I drive most often because I work part-time for this company and I always use this truck for the business. So I don't use my new black truck because I want to keep that one nice. I use this green work truck. And it sure gets the job done. I've had 0 issues with it since I fixed everything up. Still chugging along at 340,000 miles, so she's still going good. I've got a bunch of fluids because it doesn't leak everything, but it runs. All right, pulling in now. Here is their yard. Gotta open this gate first. But anyway, we just come down this road. Here's my trailer. Oh, they almost set it up for me this week, almost. Jackson, the yard dog. Jackson. I mean, look at the size difference between a 2020 dump truck and a 95. That's crazy. But let's see these aluminum and plastic boxes get to over 300,000 miles like this boy. So I'm all loaded up and headed to the first site, and I'll show you the equipment we use at that site. All right, here we are at the first location. This is a pretty nice spot up here. Let me show you. So I probably won't record all my lawns today, just the nice ones. And this one's pretty nice. As you can see, Anyway, let me go over the equipment we use just in case you guys are interested. So this is the main piece. This is a Exmark Turf Tracer 52-inch walk behind mower. Then we got the little Honda push mower. Every landscaper has one of those. I got an accelerator bagger here just for the picky ones. Use an Echo PB755ST blower and an Echo PAS 2620 trimmer, and then a gas tank. That's all there is to it. Alright, I'm going to finish up the trimming and we'll head on to the next one. But this one always looks pretty good. Alright, so all the trimming is done on this one. Just a cool story. There used to be a barn right here a couple years ago, and a murder happened over some drugs or something. Somebody got murdered in that barn. It was a pretty big story because there's not a lot of murders around here. Anyway, that barn has been since torn down and this house has been abandoned since. So that's a cool story. Anyway, let me show you how we do our accounting or keep track of our lawn. So basically, there's this binder here. He gives that every week, and then I'm going to try to cover the names up. So he gives the list of the people here. You can see that's what they charge there. I get 50% of each lawn, so that's why they have the prices there. Anyway, then you just mark whether you mowed it or not, any notes, how many gas you used, the miles driven, and then they reimburse you for all that. So this happened to be, I'll tell you because nobody lives here anymore, but it's Buck Carlton, and so I just checked that off. And there you go, the first of the week done. We got a bunch more to do. All right, I stopped to get a healthy snack of iced tea and pickle chips. The next lawn is pretty far away. It's like a 15-minute drive, so I'm gonna buckle down and get down there. Pretty scenic up here, guys. You guys are missing out if you don't live in Vermont. This lawn is, like I said, pretty damn far away. That's the annoying thing about Vermont. You get the beautiful views, but everything's far away from each other. All right, here we are. It's actually not this house up here. It's just this pond. So, a really quick, easy one, if it weren't for the drive. That's all there is to that one, just a 10-minute lawn. And we are on to the next one, guys. Here we go. Start this thing up. Sorry, I blocked the screen. So here's my next lawn, and this is actually in a very high-end neighborhood, so I'll try to record it as inconspicuously as possible. But it's pretty damn big. It goes from there all the way around that corner back there, and then there's a big yard up there by that house. So it's a lot. there's this one. Always turns out pretty nice. Definitely a really nice place up here. Here's how it looks from back here. Not bad. Alright, we're coming up to the next one. This will probably be the last one I record because I only have 30% battery left. It's this big one on the hill on the right here. So that's the one. I mean, as you can tell, that's a huge one. All the way down there. And then there's a spot back in there. You know, it's a big one. And here it is from the bottom side. It's a pretty nice looking yard. Anyway, my battery's pretty much dead on my phone, so I'm gonna save my battery until the end of the day where I show you me unpacking everything, and then we can do all the accounting, see how much money we made in the half day. I might show you like the lawns I'm going to do, the before and after, but not going to record me mowing them anymore. This really small one here, this one actually takes a really long time because you got to do a ton of weed whacking. The next one's actually right up in there. These two are owned by the same person, so I just build them for one lawn. So here's the next one. Like I said, these two houses are owned by the same person. Take a look at the view they have up here. So it's kind of a dinky house, but nice view. Makes up for it. All right, this one's all done. Boom. Okay, well actually that lawn took me to 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna call that quitting time for today. Generally I go to 6 o'clock, but I'm kind of tired, so we'll call it 5. I worked from around 12:30 to 5 today, did 5 lawns. Good day's work. Of course, we got Jackson out here waiting for me. Hey Jackson, should I have brought Beetle to play with you? Yes, I should have. Too bad Beetle can't sit in the truck with me all day. Alright, trailer's undone. Paperwork time. So these are the ones I did. I drove 45 miles today. Whoops. Hopefully you can read that. I didn't get any gas and I had no other expenses, so that's what it is. So if you add up all the lawns I did today, it comes to 290 bucks. I get half of that, so I make $145 for today's work. I worked for 4.5 hours, so that comes to about $31 per hour, which is a hell of a lot better than minimum wage. So yeah, I love this job. When I work the full days, make even more. It's a pretty good gig in case you guys are interested in how I operate out here. Anyway, some might say it's unfair that the company gets half of it for doing nothing, but you know, they provide all the equipment, they provide thanks for watching this one, guys. Sorry I don't have much car content for you, but I thought this was interesting. Hopefully you thought it was a little bit interesting too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.